everyone, welcome to this week's Yin Yoga class, whose theme will be for joint health. Okay, so come and take a comfortable seat. This can be kneeling, cross-legged, up on a block. Lift up tall through your spine. Bring the shoulders onto the back body and feel free to close your eyes. Tune into your breath. Become aware of all parts of your body that are connected to the ground. Tune into sounds around you. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Let's open our class with a cleansing breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And then exhaling through the mouth. Okay, we're going to get into the ankles and toes first with a toe squat. So bring the soles of your toes down onto the mat so that your heels are now facing towards the sky. And I like to use a prop. That way it just makes it a little less intense for staying here for minutes. But another thing you can always do is bring the palms down on the floor in front of you. And then you can feel that opening into the toes, ankles, and feet. Or you can sit up like this, but it will become a little more sensational quickly. But what I like to do is put a prop behind the hips so that it decreases the sensation a little bit, but you're still getting the benefit of the pose. And then sink into it, into stillness. And in order to distract you from what's going on in your feet, I'm going to explain a little bit why Yin Yoga is so great for joint health. So when we're doing an active style of a workout, you're sweating a lot, breathing heavy, this tends to benefit a lot into the muscles because they are, if you imagine a rubber band, they're very elastic. However, our joints are a lot less elastic. They're deeper tissues in the body. So they benefit more from a long-held, passive practice. You never want to go too far in pushing your joints. That's why in Yin Yoga we respect something called our edge. And on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being you feel pain in your body during a pose, and 1 being you don't feel any sensation at all, you want to remain around a 4 or a 5. That way the best stress for your joints is going in. More lubrication, more hydration, strengthening of the joints, lengthening of the joints, and all-round health. So really remain aware of how you feel during the whole practice, tuning into your body. Okay, begin to lean forward onto the palms. If you weren't there already, if you're using a prop, just move it off to the side for now. And then release the toes, point them back, and it feels good to tap the tops of the feet down. That releases any tension. So from here, we're going to go into the tops of the ankles. So sit back on your heels and then bring your palms behind you. I'm going to give you a couple options. So if you're not feeling anything into the tops of the feet and into the ankles, you can always lean back a little. Or what I like to do is grab a couple blocks on their lowest level and place the knees on top. This might seem a little weird, but I really think it gets nicely into the tops of the feet and ankles. And then just sit back on your heels and then just lean forward. If this is too intense, just take any other variation that you like. And if you're taking the same variation of me as I am, bring your palms together and then bring the thumbs in between the eyebrows and just let your head rest on top of those thumbs. Okay, so no matter what variation you're in, either release the props or just come back forward to sit on your heels and then come into a tabletop position on hands and knees and just do whatever feels good. You can stretch back the legs, press into the ankles a bit. And you can just roll the feet a bit and then come back onto hands and knees. We're going to go into the wrists. So bring the right wrist towards the top of your mat so the fingers are facing towards your knees. And then bring the back of the left hand to the mat so that the exterior part of the wrist is pointing towards the front of your mat. And if this is feeling too intense, you can always bring the hands to face each other so that the right fingertips are facing to the outside of the mat and the left fingertips are facing towards the right. You want to feel this, and the right hand into the back of the wrist, down into the forearm. Spread your fingertips wide. And in the left arm, you want to feel this along the front of the wrist and also into the top of the forearm. Okay, and then sit back on your heels, slowly peeling both palms away from the ground. And then just roll your wrist very gently. Okay, let's switch sides. So the fingertips of the left palm are now facing towards your knees, spread through the fingertips, and then the back of the right hand is coming down onto the mat. Fingertips also facing the knees, but in the opposite way. And you can play around with peeling the heel of the hand off the mat, getting more into the forearms. Okay, very slowly peel the fingers off the mat. Sit back. You can always bring the tops of the hands together and then just kind of roll them around in a circle like this. So you bring the back of the hands together, then the front palms, then rolling back into the back again. Come and take a seat, cross-legged, just any way that feels comfortable. Sit up tall, and then while keeping your chin pretty well parallel to the ground, drop your right ear over to your right shoulder very gently. So this is getting into the neck. If you'd like to, you can walk your left fingertips out beside your left hip. And that's going to create more space all the way down into the shoulder and neck. Very slowly and gently begin to look down so that your nose is now facing the right armpit, and you can feel the stretch into the back of the neck very gently. Use your right hand to lift your head back up and to the center. So sitting up tall, drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. And then if you like, you can walk your right fingertips out and to the right. And then gradually turn your head towards your right armpit. Paying attention to the back of your neck. Bring your left palm to help your head come back center. Maybe taking a cleansing breath. And you can stay where you are. I'm just going to face the long edge of the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees go wide. Feel free to support the outside of the knees if you like. We're going to take a forward fold. I like to use the props to rest the forehead down on top, but you can feel free to do so or not. And always feel free to play around with how you put your props and how many you need. So everybody's body is different, so do what's best for you. And then when you're ready, inhale. Exhale and let your spine round as you fold forward in between the thighs. And you can either let gravity guide you or use props. And it's okay to round your spine in Yin Yoga as long as you're not pushing or pulling yourself to get deeper and that your body is completely relaxed. And we're going to be going into longer holds now. Begin to press your palms down into the ground and using your arms very, very slowly. Lift back up straight. You can bring your props off to the side for now. Once you're back straight, feel free to take a cleansing breath. And a little tip when your hips are externally rotated like this, is if you're feeling it into the top of the legs and into the hips, then you still have room for flexibility. But if you're feeling it back around close to the glutes, right here, then that's most likely as far as you're going to go. So bring the palms to the outer sides of the knees and then help the knees back in. And then bring your palms behind you and just drop both knees over to the left. And then bring them back up and drop them over to the right. Okay, bring both knees back up and just drop them over to the left again and then over to the right. Okay, so you're going to need at least a block. I like to use the meditation pillow and then place it at the top of your mat. And then come and lie down all the way onto your belly. Coming onto the forearms. And then place your right elbow on top of the prop like this, like you're about to arm wrestle someone. And then place your left arm on top of that inner elbow crease. And then you can bind your arms once or twice, holding on to the hands here. And then relax your face down on the arms. If the height of the blocks is inappropriate, you can lower down. Even coming on the ground if you would like. Just try to relax as much into it. And actually grab with your right fingertips, grab hold of your left thumb and just hold on to it. And if this is too much of a uncomfortable stretch to hold on, just use a strap instead, and then you can hold it like this. We're getting into the backs of the shoulders and the shoulder blades. So once you're there, just relax everything that doesn't need to be working. Begin to lift your head back up. Unwind the arms. Bring them down alongside your body. And just rest your forehead on top of your prop for a minute. All right, let's go to the other side. So bring your left elbow down onto the prop, and then the right elbow on top of the left, binding once or twice. And then grab onto that left thumb with your right fingers. And then relax everything. Lift your head up, unwind the arms. And then if you like again, you can lower your forehead down onto the prop, bringing your arms alongside your body. Bring your arms back up onto the forearms. And then make a cactus shape with your left arm and bring it down onto the ground. Then begin to roll onto your left hip. And this is a choice if you want to lay your head, your left cheek down on a prop, or you can just lay it down onto the ground. Really depends on your body. But you want to feel the stress, the good stress going into the left front of the shoulder. And then you can just leave your right arm where it is. You can tend through the fingers, or you can even bring the right arm down to your lower back. And if you ever feel tingling in any pose in your arms or hands or anywhere, just back off the pose a little bit, if not all the way. If your right arm was down to your lower back, just bring it back forward. And then gradually begin to roll back onto your tum-tum. I feel good to bring it alongside the body, the left arm, just for a moment. Now we can go to the other side. So cactus shape in to the right arm, bring it out beside your body. And then roll onto the left hip. You can bend through the knees if you like, or you can keep the legs straight. It's really up to you. And then you can just keep that left shoulder blade peeling back. You can come up onto the fingertips, or you can bring the left forearm to your lower back and rest your head down onto the mat or a prop. Still becoming aware of your edge, respecting the sensation in your body. If your left arm was behind you, just bring it back and then roll back onto your tummy. Maybe extending that right arm down along your side. Okay, so we're gonna lower down onto our backs in supported fish. And you want to have a couple blocks. The first block is going to go parallel to the short edge of your mat, and the second block is going to go parallel to the long edge of your mat. So this block will go in between the shoulder blades. I prefer to use a meditation pillow. You can do the same, or a pillow or a bolster. And then swing around and lower all the way down. So that prop is coming in between the shoulder blades. And then the second block is just supporting the head. So nice back bend into the spine. And I'm going to leave it up to you for what you want to do with the legs. You can bring them together, soles of the feet. You can extend them straight. Do whatever feels best for you. And then completely open, relax. This is one of my favorite Yin Yoga poses. And if you do a lot of my classes, you'll see why. Begin to wake back up, and then just roll over to one of your forearms and just move your props off to the side. Supported fish, not only super yummy, but it's really great for kind of our hunched over, shoulder closed society. And then just lower back down onto your back. Bring your arms into a cactus or a T shape. Shift your hips over an inch or two to the right. Then cross your right thigh over your left and drop both knees over to the left. You can feel free to support your knees with a block or any kind of prop if you like. And then just kind of relax into it. Nice twist for the spine. Slowly lift both knees back up to center and shift your hips back into the center. You can just widen your feet and let your knees fall in together for a minute. Only if it feels good, of course. And when you feel ready, we'll go to the other side. So press into your feet and shift your hips an inch or two over to the left. Wrap your left thigh around your right thigh and then drop both knees over to the right. Lift both knees back up, uncross the legs. Then extend the legs, take up space. Bring your shoulders onto the back body, arms along your sides. Completely relax. One of the reasons why Shavasana is so important at the end of your practice is because on a cellular level, a lot like how sleep repairs the body, Shavasana takes all the poses that you just did and begins to repair and do all the work that's going to make you stronger, more flexible, and having improved health. So let yourself completely relax, mind, body, and heart. Begin to deepen your breath, stretching through your toes, your arms, and your hands. Maybe raising your arms overhead and taking a nice long stretch. When you're ready, you can roll over to one side. Come into a little ball. Use your arm as a pillow. And then press into the palms, lifting all the way back up and taking a comfortable seat. See how you feel right in this moment. Excuse me. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? And how does your heart feel? Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Let's close our practice today with a chant of Om. Inhale deeply through the nose. You can blink your eyes open if they're closed. Thank you so much for practicing Yin Yoga today. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this class, please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Friday, full-length classes for Yin Yoga. Thank you so much. Namaste.